Oh, it's nearly it. The Champions League group stages. We've reached match day 6, which means it's all or nothing. No, it's not the Amazon Prime documentary series. It's actually what's going on this week on the Tuesday and Wednesday nights football, where Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United, Real Madrid, these teams could miss out on European football. Wow, they could go to Europa League, but you could say the America B of Canada of Europe of Europa League. I don't know where I'm going with it. I don't know where.
Canada.
I have no idea where that's come from.
I don't know.
But yes, that means
scripted, Jamie?
That means plenty of trips to Ukraine and Russia for these clubs if they make the Europa League. So anyway, let's start it off. Seb, let's start off with you with the group that has Leipzig, PSG, Man United and Istanbul, because, wow, United had it in control until they lost that Istanbul game away from home, and then PSG getting that 3-1 win last week, and now they must not lose to get through to the next round.
Yeah, it's kind of, United have shot themselves in the foot here because they beat the two hardest teams in the beginning, the first two games, and then all they have to do is go away to a side that's never won a Champions League game, get the 3 points, plain sailing. It's done. It's done. If you're on 9 points in the Champions League, you're most likely going to get through, unless you're a bit unfortunate. Anyway, they lose that game, and then they lose to PSG. So I still think Man United are still favourites to go through because they've got that 5-0 win over Leipzig. So if Leipzig draw tomorrow, it's not good enough. It's not good enough for Leipzig. But if Leipzig win, then United are in deep trouble, and then they've got to hope for Paris to lose to Besiktas. It's complicated.
Or draw. Oh no!
No, big. If Paris get a draw, they go ahead of United, so it's a bit complicated there. I think United should be worried for tomorrow.
Okay,
I mentioned to you lot.
I'm already nervous.
I mean, I know you lot Saturday night were watching some other games, but I was watching Leipzig versus Bayern Munich. Sorry,
they had a good game.
Fantastic game, and they have one big problem for United. They've won every single game at home this season, which is a bit worrying. And then you go to the counter stats, shall we say. United have won all their away games except for one this season, which is
9 away wins. Is it? Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of worrying, but Leipzig are so fast. I think this might just suit United's game because United would like to probably counter-attack them, and Leipzig can't really keep the ball in the final third and really attacking that way. So it's a tough group, but I think Man United just scrape it. Just about. One advantage for United, Upamecano is a doubt. So.
Well, it wasn't a problem last time.
Let's be honest, he had a bit of a stinker. That price tag of his is going down.
No. It was just a one game. Come on. But Luke, it's funny because United have kind of got the same situation as what they had in the final game of the Premier League last season. They had to just make sure they didn't lose to Leicester and they would have got Champions League football. And they actually won at the end to make sure that they got the third place and finish above Chelsea. It's the same here with United again. If they win, they've won the group, which, for what people say about Solskjaer, if he won the group to go above Leipzig and PSG, two teams that were in the semi-final and the final of last year in the Champions League, it's not bad, is it? But again, of course, Leipzig will not be easy.
No. I expect United to go through because every time there's like a major pressure when you think the axe is coming down on Ollie's reign at United, always pulls it out the bag. And that's what I expect him to do here. I didn't watch all of the Leipzig United game at Old Trafford, but I thought from the highlights I watched, Leipzig were very good in the first half.
Yeah.
And then didn't take their chances. It wasn't a 5-0 game. I think Leipzig pushed up too much, and all it was ball over the top. Rashford goes in and score. And the thing is, Leipzig need to win this game. They need to win it.
And they'll go completely
out. Which is going to be perfect for United's counter-attacking style. So I expect United to go through. To be honest, I thought United would go through this group anyway. So, like, if they top the group, and doesn't surprise me, and if they finish second, doesn't surprise me, and if they go into the Europa League, which I doubt it, that won't surprise me either, because they're that type of team. It's a flip a coin. Which United you're going to get? Are you going to get the United that beat Paris, PSG in Paris, or are you going to get the United that
lost to
lost
Istanbul?
to Paris lost to Istanbul. So
Sounds like Luke's got a
but
three-sided coin.
I expect them to go through.
Hey, they're very rare in Wales.
I can see Leipzig going ahead. I can see Leipzig going ahead, then United getting one back or something, and then going through, because Nagelsmann can't seem to hold on to a lead. The other day when they were winning against Bayern Munich, he puts on Olmo, an attacking player, and you're like, he's really trying to go for it. And they were winning that match. And that's what he does all the time. He's winning and he goes, okay, I'll put another attacking player on just to really consolidate it. And then they lose points that way. And we know that Solskjaer has done well recently with substitutes. So I'm guessing that they'll go ahead and then United will grab one back.
Yeah. And in a weird way, Seb, compared to like 12 months, let's say last season, Solskjaer has got that bench power now, hasn't he? Where if it doesn't go well in the first half, he knows he can look to his bench and go, we can save this, and he did that with Southampton and West Ham.
Yeah, exactly. One player I would like to see really causing trouble is Forsberg, who Leipzig have struggled to actually score this season, which is a weird thing. But they played without a striker on Saturday. They had Forsberg just pulling off the two centre-backs, Süle and Boateng, and they didn't know what to do. So this is where Fred, who's a midfielder who likes to sit a bit deep,
suspended.
Could have been he's suspended. But this is where Fred could have been really useful in that pocket there to stop Forsberg getting in and playing around United's defence. So I'm intrigued to see the tactical battle between both of them. But I do think United still go through because they've just got that upper hand going into it.
And also, lads, Cavani won't be on the trip to Germany, and neither will Anthony Martial, which I guess, to be honest, as a United fan, I couldn't care too much about Martial right now. He's been pretty shit the last few games. Future but Cavani will be missed. A future Ballon d'Or winner, according to Joe. I mean, I'd like to know what drugs you're taking.
That's what they put in the contract, wasn't it? That he was going to win the Ballon d'Or.
But if it's Greenwood and Rashford, we've seen recently when it's just those two, they play as two strikers up top, and it's so mono-dimensional. It's just they don't
expect the diamond from United.
I expect diamond, but still, it doesn't give enough for them to open up Leipzig. I don't know. I'm just speculating what could happen, but I expect to see a very interesting match tactically, and I'm not really too sure what the outcome will be, but I think United do just scrape past them.
So it looks like everyone's going for United here. But, Joe, let's talk about Real Madrid because they could be, wow, I mean, this is quite incredible. I can't remember the last time Real Madrid were threatened to even not make the last 16 of the Champions League. A team that had recently won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, which feels like a lifetime ago now. And, they're doing absolute wonders outside of those spots, which is very bad for them indeed. But they play against Monchengladbach, and wow, they pretty much nearly lost to them last time out, and luckily for them, they turned up very late and got a draw. But they've got to be careful because Inter Milan are against Shakhtar. But who knows? What do you think about this, Joe?
Wouldn't it be just a massive headline story if Real Madrid dropped out the Champions League? Even bigger if they didn't get third place, because any one of the 4 teams in the group can qualify, because I think Inter Milan are now on 5 points and all the other 3 are on 7, aren't they?
Behind,
like that. So it's going to be interesting. I think Madrid will sneak through with Monchengladbach, and I think Shakhtar will just drop out, sadly. But I'm not bitter towards Real Madrid at all, but I would love to see them play Europa League football just to see how it all works. I don't think in its current format they've never got out the groups, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Or I don't recall them ever missing out of getting out the group stage of the Champions League. So that would be really interesting to see, and to see how they would fit with the Thursday to Sunday schedule, or whatever day La Liga would schedule them in. And their long flights, as you said at the start of the show, to Russia and that sort of area.
The America B of Canada, yeah, of course, yeah.
The America B of Canada, of course. But I think, to be honest, Real Madrid got too much quality. They got too much quality in their squad not to qualify for the last 16. But in previous years,
Sorry,
Yeah,
Joe.
but in previous years where you would fear getting them in the last 16, I don't think anyone would fear them this time around, to be
No,
honest, because they're so weak in defence.
Yeah.
And that's the two centre backs that they've had for years, Ramos for Varane. Like you said, they won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, and then all of a sudden the side seems to fall off a cliff. Yes, they're doing okay in La Liga, they're in contention, but in terms of in Europe, they should be dominating this group. They should be dominating the Champions
They
League
go out
group.
for me.
Well,
They go out, I think.
I think there's
Ramos
something
and
about
Benzema in this
much.
team. I've mentioned this multiple times. It's Ramos and Benzema. Both of them are there. Now, what I desperately want to see, I want to see a penalty for Real Madrid and see Ramos go up against Sommer again. Because last 2 penalties that Ramos took, he missed them both against Sommer. Well,
Yes.
Sommer stopped them both. So I'm waiting for a penalty for Real Madrid and Sommer to stop it. I mean, Borussia Monchengladbach, let's not forget that they lost their first Champions League game to Inter Milan, and they could have sneaked the win at the end if it weren't for Mbolo just covering up the ball being offside. So they could have been undefeated in this group. So they've done extremely well, and they still do extremely well as well. But I still think this might end in a draw and both of them just scrape through because Inter Milan might get a win against Shakhtar and then just be behind because they lose the head-to-head against Real Madrid.
I just have this feeling. I mean, if you ask for me, for my prediction, I completely agree with you, Seb. It feels like a draw, and I just sense that
It's both. If Shakhtar lose, it's just both.
But I have this feeling Shakhtar will beat Inter. I don't know what it is about Shakhtar. They've surprised me a little bit, but who knows?
I think we've got to calm down this Shakhtar bandwagon because if I'm to be perfectly honest, they've probably played about 60 good minutes in this Champions League. The rest have been
and they do represent Ukraine of Europa League, so maybe they should go to the Europa League. I get you.
Maybe
the America B or Canada B
representing Europa. Even Shakhtar, they've not been great in their own league this season, and they had a freak first half against Real Madrid. They had a great 15 minutes at the end of their game against Real Madrid. If not, Inter Milan, they are holding on. Borussia Monchengladbach, well, they lost 10-0 aggregate. If this side get through the group of death, then I think you'd be questioning the quality of the teams that have been competing in this group.
And also, Europa League 2 will be seen as America C. So yeah, whatever you said just there, Seb. But we love you, really. But that's a quick prediction. Actually, I tell you what, if Real Madrid lose, Luke, if Real Madrid don't get into the Champions League for next year, as in the knockout stages, is that the end of Zidane? Is he gone this week?
Oh, is he gone this week? I don't know. I really don't know. No.
Okay.
No. I'll give you a simple answer. Yes.
Yeah.
I think he's gone because
Pochettino to Madrid.
Yeah, exactly.
Those rumours have been out. Yeah. Interesting. Well, lads, that's our Champions League preview, of course. What do you expect at home, folks? Have you got that Champions League music
on? Can we start a little mention?
Oh, yeah, go
Messi
on.
against Ronaldo.
Yes, them two people who used to be really good are playing again. Of course, the Pele and Maradona of this era. I don't know why I just said that. They are not, of course. Well, they're not America B. They're definitely America A footballers or European A footballers. Because, I mean, Seb, how special is it? If any fans do go in tomorrow to this match or Wednesday, whenever the game is, at least you could actually say, you imagine if you had that ticket and said, I saw Messi play Ronaldo for possibly the last time.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Spain don't let fans back in, so it's not going to be full of fans, unfortunately. But this might be the last time we see Ronaldo and Messi playing against each other. They're both 33 and 30. How old are they again?
35 Ronaldo. Yeah.
35 Ronaldo and 33 Messi then.
Yeah.
And you've got to hope for them to fall onto each other's group again in the Champions League or to get the right draw to be able to play against each other, or Portugal to play Argentina in 2022. Unlikely. So yeah, this might be the last time we see them play against each other. And they're both a bit depleted. I mean, Juventus haven't lost since that Barcelona game. Let's not forget. Yeah. I still think they're very unconvincing, and I don't think Pirlo will be there in June, despite the wins they're scraping through. don't think Koeman will be there in February, actually.
Koeman gets
They'll
sacked
get through.
before Christmas, mate.
It's the big problem. They're trailing so badly in the league now, and it's embarrassing. I mean, it was Negredo who scored the winning goal the other day. I mean, it's terrible. It was an absolutely terrible game to watch. There's nothing from Barcelona, and we all know that the new president doesn't want Koeman, whoever that will be. There's just a lot of candidates who don't want Koeman. They're ninth in the Liga, and they're ninth, and Messi most likely will leave. Koeman will go soon. So this is a big match for both to really show their authority on the struggling manager.
Yeah. It's
but then it relies on Messi and Ronaldo to shine.
Yeah, I think as well. I mean, especially the fact that Ronaldo didn't play in the previous game because of he had COVID, didn't he? I think he couldn't get the test his way. So I mean, yeah, it'll certainly want to get a goal because they lost in that last game. So who knows? Who knows? It'll be a special occasion for all football fans, of course, when they collide again. And let's hope it'll be a game to remember. So my thanks to all the lads, and of course America B and all that. Thank you very much. Europa League 2 coming out next year or the year after. So we'll look forward to America C, and we'll see you later.